Stoic tricks to make people respect you instantly. You speak up in every meeting and somehow no one seems to hear you. You help everyone and somehow no one puts you first. You're kind, flexible, understanding, and that's exactly why you're the easiest person in the room to overlook. In this video, you'll see why being nice and agreeable makes people like you is only half true, where real respect actually comes from, and 3 techniques to change that. 1 from social psychology, 2 from 2,000-year-old Stoic practice. First, let's correct a misconception. Psychologist Susan Fiske developed one of the most consistently validated models in social psychology, the warmth-competence model. We evaluate people along 2 axes, how warm and friendly they are, and how competent and capable they are. These 2 axes create 4 categories: people high in both warmth and competence, who we admire; people low in both, who we hold in contempt; people high in competence but low in warmth, who we envy. And the category we're actually talking about, high in warmth, low in perceived competence, always agreeable, always flexible, never sets a boundary. That person falls into the pity category, liked but not taken seriously. Respect is born where warmth and competence coexist. Neither one cancels the other out. Both have to be present at once. The Stoics knew this under a different name, Gravitas, one of the most prized Roman virtues: weight, seriousness, self-possession. There's a famous story about Gatto the Younger, when Julius Caesar's allies tried to wear him down in the Senate by keeping him talking for hours. He never raised his voice, never rushed, and kept speaking, exactly as planned until he'd said everything he intended. On one occasion, he single-handedly stalled an entire piece of legislation with a speech that ran the whole day. Even people who despised him were forced to respect him, because nothing they did could shake him. Gravitas wasn't the rejection of warmth. It was adding an unshakable foundation next to it. So, how do you apply this today? There are 3 techniques. The first, physical and vocal stillness. Body language research shows a consistent finding: excessive motion, constant fidgeting, talking too fast, unnecessary gestures, letting your sentences rise in pitch like a question, reads to the brain as anxious, low status. By contrast, people who move slowly, pause before speaking, and don't fidget unnecessarily are automatically perceived as higher status. Because rushing says, "I'm under threat," while stillness says, "I'm in control." In your next meeting, pause for a second before you speak. Don't move your hands without purpose. End your sentence like a statement, not a question. It sounds like a small shift, but the brain reads it instantly. The second technique, strategic scarcity. One of the 6 principles in marketing psychologist Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, is the scarcity principle. The less available you appear, the more valuable you're perceived to be. But this idea goes back much further, to Epictetus. Wanting desperately something that isn't yours to have makes you a slave. Remember the dichotomy of control: what's yours and what isn't. Other people's respect for you falls squarely into the not yours category. The moment you want it desperately, the other person feels it, and what follows is pity or indifference, not respect. Epictetus's solution was to mentally file external approval under not mine to control. The instant you need it, you lose it. The practical move: approach any offer, invitation, or approval with, "I don't need this, but I'd like it" energy. Nothing that reeks of desperation earns respect. The third technique, cutting unnecessary hedging. In the 1980s, linguists William O'Barr and Bowman Atkins recorded and studied courtroom testimony and identified a pattern they called powerless speech. Witnesses who constantly hedged with phrases like, "I think," "Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just my opinion, but," were rated by listeners as far less credible and far less competent than witnesses delivering the exact same content without the hedges. The facts were identical, only the language changed, but the perception was completely different. The Stoics called this parrhesia, the courage to speak plainly and directly. Diogenes' famous bluntness is the extreme end of this tradition. As the story goes, when Alexander the Great, the most powerful man alive, personally visited him and asked, "What can I do for you?" Diogenes simply replied, "Get out of my sunlight," unconcerned with rank or power, saying exactly what he wanted without dressing it up. You don't have to go that far, but next time you're stating an idea, drop "I think," "maybe," and just say the sentence directly. Same idea, completely different perception. Let's see all three together in one concrete example. You raise an idea in a meeting, someone talks right over it or ignores it, and the conversation moves on. First technique kicks in. Don't react immediately. Pause for a second. Don't rush to repeat yourself. Don't fidget. A calm posture sends the message, "I don't need to say this again. It was already right." Second technique. Don't desperately defend your idea, chasing it with "no, but it really was a good idea because," signals that you need the room's approval. Instead, stay calm. Your idea is valuable whether or not you show them you need it to be acknowledged. Third technique. If you do circle back, don't open with, "Maybe I misunderstood, but," say it directly. "I want to go back to the point I made a moment ago." Same sentence, no hedge carries far more weight, and usually everyone in the room understands from that one line that the topic is, in fact, still open. Together, these three techniques send one message. You're hard to rattle, you don't need anyone's approval, and you stand behind what you say. That's exactly where respect gets built, without losing your warmth, but adding a signal of competence alongside it. If you want to turn this into a daily habit, recall one moment each evening where you caught yourself over-softening, chasing approval, or fidgeting. And if the same scene comes up tomorrow, decide in advance which technique you'll use. It works the same way as the if-then planning we covered in the discipline video, just aimed at a different habit this time. You don't have to stop being kind. Just add an unshakable foundation next to your kindness. The storm will come. Someone will try to overlook you again. But now you know this was never a personality problem. It's a posture. The lake doesn't deny the storm. It just doesn't let it reach beneath the surface. Which of these three techniques are you going to try in your next meeting? Tell me in the comments.